see just how long those turns are to get around them. Packed house here. They've been parking cars as much as 3 miles away and busing people in to get them into this speedway. But the state of New Hampshire has really worked with the track folks for traffic control. I've never heard of this at a Winston Cup race. They're going to take Interstate 93 going south, and of the 3 northbound lanes, 2 of them are going to be southbound, 5 lanes south and only 1 lane north on the interstate after this race to try to get all these folks home as easily as possible. The cooperation from the whole state of New Hampshire has been terrific. Bill Elliott, Budweiser Ford of Junior Johnson underneath Brett Bodine. This battle back at 18th position, still on the lead lap, as are 34 of our 40 starters.
You know, as Neil said, he thought the groove on. Looks like Bill may have a little bit of tire heat right now. He's dropping back just a little bit, but the outside groove is starting to work. You notice these cars are starting to pass on the outside here. Bill's extremely loose.
Joe Nemechek in the Dentine Chevrolet. First Winston Cup start. Don't be surprised if you see him on the senior circuit next year.
As I was saying earlier, they built that car at their shop. It runs the same shop the Busch car does, and they want to do some stuff on their own with their Winston Cup cars.
And if he moves up, you might just see his brother John take over the Busch ride, running some all-pro type racing.
We see Ernie Irvin with the yellow car, the 4 car back there. He had all that damage at the first of the race. And usually, if there's not some problem, his car comes right to the front. So I can't help but think that wreck did something to the car that's not as good as it was.
Rusty Wallace got out boating on Lake Winnipesaukee yesterday. Had some fun.
Boy, when they named these lakes around here, they had to be in a hurry.
Rusty Wallace on the move. He's up to 16th position right now. Wallace started deep in the field, 33rd.
You know, I talked to him last night a little bit, and he told me
he came back yesterday and was the fastest second round qualifier. Also hugging the bottom, Jimmy Means there has made a pit stop in the Hurley limo Ford under green. Come back out. 53 laps complete. 3 Fords, 2 Chevrolets in the top 5. Dale Jarrett just ahead of Ricky Rudd.
He just passed him the last lap. That put him up in 5th place. Jarrett's really been coming through the field, and if you'll stop and think, when they had that wreck right at the first, he almost T-boned the guy and made a good move and moved right up into 5th place. His car's working well.
Both these 2 cars, Neil, Jarrett and the Tide Chevrolet of Ricky Rudd. Jarrett snaked his way through the field. Rudd had to get hard on the brakes. But then on the next caution flag, Rudd went from 11th to 7th position, racing back to the flag to get back to the front.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. One caution it cost him. The next one he took advantage of. So it's pretty well evened out for him. You know, the Hendricks cars are run exceptionally well. We're looking at the 18 car. That has an engine from Hendricks in it. Ricky Rudd's running good. You've got Gordon up front. Their stuff is really working.
Right behind Jarrett, there's Dave Marcus down on the inside. The veteran among all drivers in career Winston Cup starts that are active. His car, sponsored by AEL Rentals. That's a New England company. They rent storage trailers. It's the first time they've ever been able to entertain their customers at a Winston Cup race anywhere near home.
Well, I tell you, not only the fan sports, it's just nice to see the companies, the city. We had the governor here a while ago. I'm telling you, these people are behind this type of racing.
Dave Marcus. Last of the independents in Winston Cup racing. Always a threat.
I wonder if Marcus is charging them running today. Reverse order on this deal.
There's Bobby Labonte up to move around him in the Maxwell House car. Up at second place, Mark Martin now has a mirror full of Davey Allison in the Texaco Haviland Ford.
Yeah, and we would show you the leader, Sterling Marlin, but he just checked out for these 2 guys. He's about 3 seconds up there. If he wants TV time, he's got to slow up a little bit.
And a bunch of lap cars in between them.
Mark is good at working his car as good as his car wants to go. If it's flying, he checks out. And right now, the thing's not just like he wants it, but he's using it. Now, maybe I get up here, try to pass him, Mark, and pull out a little bit. Maybe you work on him, he'll pull out a little bit. These 2 cars are pretty even back, 2nd, 3rd place.
I mean, he's working that wheel pretty much.
Yeah, I think right now he's got a little bit of let's see, we'll watch his hands. I can tell he's pushing just a little bit at this point.
That's on the back of Jimmy Spencer's car, close encounter of the number 3 car.
Yeah, they just got a while ago on the radio. We heard our guys up here pickups and Bernhardt's car got a tremendous amount of push in it. A lot of these cars, some of them are push, some are loose. They're looking for that first pit stop they can make to make some adjustments to these cars, and several guys up front need some work.
We've got cautions at lap 2 and lap 10, but none of the leaders have pitted.
I'll explain that little deal about where his hands were, why I knew it was pushing. You see the hands on the far left side pulling down. That means the car won't turn. If you on the right side, he's in trouble. He's loose.
Spencer and Earnhardt real high off third, fourth. Got to go around the lap car. Marcus, he puts him way out in that outside lane.
9th place is at stake here. A couple of cars off the pace, missing the handle. Darrell Waltrip's gone a lap down. Smoke recorded on the Jimmy Means car. Still 30 cars on the lead lap.
It looks like Earnhardt's getting off the corner a lot better than Spencer, but as you notice, the car itself is fishtailing off the corner on Earnhardt. They're going to have to make an adjustment when he comes in on pit stop.
We're at 60 laps here of 300 at New Hampshire International Speedway. Somewhere between lap 90 and 100, we'll look for green flag gas stops. Stay under green.
That's another thing, Mike. These guys really don't know how long they can go. Here we are, the first time they've ever run a green stop at this racetrack. So they're going to have to be a little cautious this first run, how far they can take these race cars.
That was a familiar sight to me, seeing that 3 car come right up on your trunk like that.
Yeah, but you didn't feel it like normal.
Yeah. 4 wins for Earnhardt, 8 top 5 finishes. He is the point leader by about 250 over Dale Jarrett.
That car bounce. They run a real soft suspension on this racetrack. Because of the flat corners, you can just see the front end bouncing when you go through the corner.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the same game similar to Martinsville. They run just about a spring like you would at Martinsville. Even though it's a mile racetrack, you slow down in the corner and they run pretty soft chassis stuff under these cars.
Earnhardt's going to try the outside. Ooh, he is out there.
Yeah, if he's got a pushy condition and he gets outside, it's going to get out there further. He's going to try Spencer on the outside.
You know what will happen a lot of times when you have a push condition, you'll run to the center corner and you'll have the wheels cut to the left and you get back in the car and it throws the back end and it makes it loose off the corner. So it makes it a tough thing to have, to stay into it all day.
But he made the pass on Jimmy Spencer. That'll move Earnhardt up to 9th place.
You see Spencer right to the side of Spencer. That was a little electric fan, a little cool air on him. We said earlier they've had a tremendous amount of heat. Look right to the right, that little white thing. Go to the roll bar, that's an electric fan, a little blower, and just blowing cool air on these drivers. I'm telling you, it's hot out there.
Now, this is one of the 10 days of summer in New Hampshire. It starts the 4th of July, and then don't worry, there'll be winter here in another 3 weeks.
Yeah, but how did we get all 10 days in 2 here? It's been cooking at this place.
Scheduling.
Okay.
Sterling Marlin leads this race at 63 laps. Mark Martin's in 2nd. Davey Allison 3rd, all in Fords. Jim Gordon Chevrolet is 4th. 5th is Dale Jarrett. 6th is Ricky Rudd. 7th is Bobby Labonte. 8th is Terry Labonte. 9th is Earnhardt, and 10th is Jimmy Spencer, you're watching right now.
You can tell we came up north because they got snowplow sponsors on a lot of these cars and everything. And hard to, nothing we can do with them down south.
64 laps complete. Sterling Marlin out front. We'll be right back to New Hampshire.
You know what?
Huh? Yeah, I did.
I believe.
Okay.
Watch this.
Watch this. Watch this. We might do something with the Labonte brothers if they get close together.
I'll tell you one thing.
Huh.
You watch that 28 car, he is steady catching the 8 car now.
Yeah.
Davy's always good on flat track. I guess
Look at Phoenix.
he learned it. Birmingham is
Yeah,
just
flat.
like this, you know?
Right.
You've been tough here, man.
Do these like
back,
you do.